Hello, distinguished audience, and yes, my name is Digital Bimpe, and I'll be your host on Dash Press Media. And actually, we are reporting live on the field, and I will be talking on an entertainment news, and I will be talking about Dele Momodu weighing on child custody battle between his niece Sophia Momodu and Davido. Journalist and uncle to Sophia Momodu, Dele Momodu, has weighed in on the child custody battle between Sophia and Singer Davido. The former lovers are currently in court over the custody of their 9-year-old daughter, Imade. Davido recently filed against a suit on Sophia, demanding and share a joint custody of their daughter, a decision Sophia is against and has filed a countersuit. Momodu, in a post on his official handles on Saturday, July 6, disclosed that the court has referred between Davido and Sophia for possible settlement by the Alternative Dispute Resolution ADR. Sharing his opinion over the ongoing saga, Dele advised Davido and Sophia to have a proper structure to put in place for their daughter's welfare and take the issue off social media. His statement read, "Last night I received a distressing message from Mr. David Adeleke, aka Davido. He was obviously devastated by the counter affidavit submitted in court earlier in the day in response to his affidavit seeking a joint custody of his daughter with my niece, Sophia Momodu. I had seen David affidavit about 2 weeks ago, and I was very surprised as David and I had spoken on a video call days earlier with him and Pastor Toby Adigboyega, and he never told me he had any custody issues with my niece. So you can imagine my confusion to find out via social media and subsequently confirmed by my niece that he had filed an action in court seeking joint custody of their daughter. During the reference video call, we were all very excited about his forthcoming wedding ceremony, an event our family congratulated him about. Prior to this, David had told me he eventually spoke to their daughter after a long law of about 2 years. He was very happy and excited. So I thought everything was settled and he and Sophia would now have the opportunity of taking maximum care of their daughter. I had offered special thanks to David dad, Dr. Adeleke, for his kindness and support for our daughter during the period of David's absence. I had also taken Sophia and the daughter to my very dear friend, Governor Ademola Adeleke, seeking his intervention. To the best of my knowledge, there was never a problem of joint custody. The issues were non-payment of school fees for several sessions, non-payment of accommodation and salaries of the nanny. There was no car dedicated to David's daughter, and so on. Mercifully, I mentioned all to Dr. Adeleke, and he responded positively, like a true grandfather, on the issues of non-payment of school fees. David's dad cleared the bills. He also set up payment for future bills. He gave his granddaughter a car to take her to school. The remaining issue was on accommodation. David's dad verbally offered in his discussion with me one of their family's apartments in Oniru Estate, Victoria Island. However, maybe due to miscommunication, David Warren had communicated otherwise, and Sophia clarified for me. She politely declined the offer, and her reason was tenable in my view, because since she's not married to David, she can't be comfortably living in a place warming with David's family member. She and her daughter had been living in Ikoyi before David and Sophia started their latest quarrel. Sophia's request was that David should pay half of the accommodation while she would pay the other half. David said he could only contribute 5 million annually. My opinion is that the absence of camaraderie between David and Sophia had caused this debacle. I have cautioned repeatedly that the daughter must not be allowed to suffer or be treated like a second-class child. David's global status makes this imperative. Sophia allowed David access to their daughter, provided she has many nanny around 247. The 9-year-old herself made this request, and I believe this should be favorably considered and accepted. My grandniece had been released to go out with her cousins on several occasions. The governor's daughter Nikia was at Sophia's house with the governor's grandson last Christmas Day, despite the fact that there was handful notice and she still granted access. 2 months ago, the governor's son, Sina Rambo, requested a play date between the kids and Sophia, rented out a children's place in Victoria Island for them to spend hours together. The only time she couldn't join her father's family was when her grandfather requested to go on vacation with her for 3 weeks last year, as the notice was too short and Sophia had already paid for their own trip due to lack of communication between the parents. The court yesterday referred the case for possible settlement by the Alternative Dispute Resolution ADR section of the court during the settlement week, and I strongly advise that David and Sophia engage truly with the process as opposed to making harmful and irreversible statements on social media, which not only violates the law but the interest of their child. I have in the past 9 years tried my best to ensure amicable resolution of dispute and encourage both parents to have a proper structure put in place for the welfare of their daughter. It is important to note that Sophia did not instigate this court action and is only seeking to protect their daughter and ensure that there is a structured, safe and sustained manner in which father and child can engage with each other. The rhetoric in the media should be avoided by all means, as this is the only further influence what is already a traumatic experience for all parties involved, especially the child in question. So I think here Dele Momodu is just narrating the whole incident of his involvement. So basically Dele Momodu actually felt that their issues have already been resolved, but unknown to him they have not resolved their issue because this was their latest issue. Now if I was to share my perspective, Now, what is my opinion of Davido and Sophia? I would say that these two people are grown-up adults, and putting their child in the midst of social media is not actually advisable. If they want to resolve their issue, they necessarily don't need to use social media to resolve their issues, or even use the law. They can come together and form a dialogue where the two families come together and resolve this issue diplomatically. I don't really understand whether it's obsession or whether there is still love involved, but all I know is that the way forward is that the two parties and their family should come together and resolve this without putting themselves and their child into the limelight. So if you have your own opinion, kindly please comment it and share on Dash Press Media. And also, I would like to give you a reminder of our services. Here at Dash Press Media, what we do is that we are into online journalism, media, blogging, newspaper, magazine. And if you need any of all these services, don't hesitate to call or WhatsApp us +234-814-748-0036. And also, I would like that at the end of this video, you kindly like, share, and subscribe to Dash Press Media. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.